day 2 of the Memorial Day Regatta at ABYC. And we got 3 races in yesterday and 2 to 8 knots, 7 knots. I told C420 to be more aggressive at the start, put her bow out a little more, and start 10 boat lengths to windward of 95. So what you do is you pick out the very best teams and you put yourself in a windward position on them, but not way away from them. See, she did much better today. That was much better. See, she didn't. You have to remember that when you're in a strong fleet, people know where the line is. And if you drop down behind them, you're not trusting that knowledge that they have. Like, they know where the line is, so don't start behind them. That was good though. You did, that was a tough spot, but much better than yesterday. Yesterday we were bobbing at this point in bad air. And today you actually have a little lane right there. In hike mode. Again, we use hike mode a lot. Here's 95. He's dominant in this fleet. See how his weight's on his feet? She's really high up on the trap. See that? Wow, he really he steers both ways. I would be more of tiller towards me to power up and go down to make sure I don't slam the wave, and then I put the tiller in the middle to head up. But he's actually really trained. Oh God, sorry. Yeah, he does not use a lot of weather sheet, that's for sure. He just pulls the jib just outside the spreader tip, like a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and he just seems to just leave it there. God dang, look at him, dude. So he's steering to avoid hitting waves. Wow. Oh, she's playing the jib. Like, they had to just ease the jib. She eased it and turned it back in. This is like a little master class right here. Everybody else is hiking. We don't know what's going to happen today, but the windward mark was at 170 degrees from the committee boat. And so what does that mean? That means we're trying to win the left again, man. Top 5 on the left. We're not gonna go bang the right corner. All of a sudden, a little sea breeze fills in, but I'm telling you, the desert's not hotter today than it was yesterday. If anything, the desert's cooler. So I just don't see a real sea breeze happening. I think, you know what, this is the fastest guy in the fleet right here, and there you are, right there. And I think you're gaining, right? This guy was further ahead than this. So I think this side's paying. Race 4 for the regatta, race 1 on Sunday. And if the wind was 170 to the weather mark. Interesting that I think some of these teams came from the right early, and I don't know what they did late. I didn't go up to the top of the course this time. You can see the sails are just very solid. Even with the swells, there's no luffing in the sails at all. So that's the first thing you want to look at. They are right on the wind. I think she's leaning back a little bit. The bow is going down into the troughs of the waves pretty big. Boat heels, they'll burp the main out just a little. You can see he's absolutely two blocked on his thing. Two blocked. They're the same way. Two blocked. It's hard to see because it's lined up with the black. What was he just pulling? I think he was easing the bangle is what he was just doing. His boom is very high, so he's definitely in his light air setting. That powers the jib up, the rake forward. idea what they're adjusting. It looks like they're adjusting the center border, so I have no idea. Something interesting going on there. One, two, three, four. 9306 is Zach and Samantha. And they're in about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-ish. There's some boats way out on the left who look a long way away from me. They look tiny. Those guys look bigger to me. So I think there was a game made there. All the fins are on port tack. This is race 2 on Sunday. Race 5 for the regatta. They shortened the courses today. If you look at day 1, you'll see the courses were 0.7, 0.8, I think, at one point. That's just a really long race course for 23 boats. The split and the fleet was split. I'm not going to criticize the race committee from that. I think we could just learn from it. We need to discuss these things. It's important that the kids all have a chance at success. When you make the courses super long, all you do is reward the kids that are spending, you want the younger kids to have a certain level of success, so if they happen to get a good race, they're all fired up. And shorter courses give people more chances, but they're also just young, and we don't need to sail Olympic length courses all the time. That was too bad. So I wanted to tell one of our teams there that they needed to get themselves up at the line in 2 minutes, and I didn't. And again, you guys, as soon as the fleet ahead of you starts, you go get up on the line. The bad air from that start is going to stick around. They did have an outstanding race. That looks pretty good. Yeah, they had an outstanding race. I don't know what they got. They must have got like 8th or something. There's 95 right there. I think, again, the head to wind was 170. In a left wind, you want to be top 5 on the left. Yeah, you see what he did? That was a good move. 763 is really good. He won the last race by a long way, and he did the monster reach tack. Braden and Holland coming 3rd here. They're sailing an old boat with old sails. 49er. Those are a couple of juniors in high school, gonna be juniors. Yeah, look at that. Kevin Cason, Wesley LaRue. They're on the 29er youth national team. Kevin got, what did he get? And McMullen got 15th, no, 20th at the 29er Worlds last year, 200 and some boats. And they were 15 at the time. Now they're starting to jump into they're rebuilding old boats. We have 2 of them. Holland's on the other rebuilt boat. This is a rebuilt boat. And boats that are just sitting in the parking lot rotting away, and they take them and fix them up and bring them to Regatta. Braden and Holland. First 49er Regatta. Yeah. Hans Hankin. Holland looks like him. Hans was slightly younger than these guys when he got into it. Yeah, that's what Hans looked like at age 15 and a half, 16, whatever they are. Race 2 on Sunday. These are the two best teams right here. I think these guys have split the first up between them pretty much. And you'll see the crew's not moving very much, and the skipper is, especially this skipper. Oh, now she went into hike mode. There we go. They're kind of working together. They're just not overdoing it. Yeah, see how she just sits absolutely still when you're fast, and then once it starts getting bobby, she'll move around a little. But look at the heel. Again, I was getting told by people, oh, we're heeling too much. Look at him. I mean, he has not gotten the boat flat once. You can see the shadow underneath the windward side of the hull.
5 knots, 170.
Yeah, see that?
Thank you, 5 knots.
It's a little bit of rocking almost. There you go. They just work the boat a little through the worst parts. Yep. They are a really good team. Look at this. Crew in on this boat. Skipper's doing most of the movement. Yeah, see? Leeward heel, leeward heel. Does not go perfectly flat. Yep, the crew barely moves up in that. So see that? Just a little lean, nothing too violent. Yep, smooth. It's subtle rocking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rolling still too early on the tacks. I could care less. You're in the A fleet this race, and you finished in the A fleet the last race. This is outstanding. It takes 2 or 3 little things, little steering techniques, little rate changes. I definitely think you guys had too much bang on early yesterday and almost did it again today. If you're not solidly sitting on the rail, you really don't want bang, but you immediately put it on once you're solidly on the rail upward. Wow, look at that. Just what a race. See how much the mains love you guys? You got to be pulling the mains in. You're not pumping it, but you're pulling it in, slowly out. Pumping, pulling it in, slowly out. You can't have it locked. I'm not being critical. It's just, it's way easier for me to see it from here, but we've got to remember that. This is just outstanding. They're feeling so much confidence downwind right now. Great. Great. I mean, those are really good sailors right there. Leader jibed. I think she did a good job here. We talked about after going around people, don't jibe or, you know, get away from people unless you're near the ley line. Just get away from people a little. I think there was more wind on this side. In a southerly wind, there'll be more wind on this side usually. Oh, port tack looks tough. Port tack is sideways to the swells, so you're gonna notice that the spinnaker's gonna, the boat's gonna rock a lot more. Starboard, they were very stable. Port tack's gonna rock. So if it gets light air, they should think about going back onto starboard. Port tack is extremely hard. Race 3 here. Look how much he heels to leeward in this stuff. So he heels to leeward, I think, so it's almost like he has weather helm, and he just pushes the rudder. He's letting the main in and out a lot. I'm surprised at how much the main's luffing, but he's game. Let's see, for the girls, I think they're having a much harder time keeping their kite full. Not sure the solution. I think it's more steering down a little when it luffs. I think when the swells are sideways like this, the skipper has to jab the boat down when it luffs like that, because you can't keep up with it on this speed. It takes 2 people to keep the thing full. Look how hard she pulls that feet in. See? That's the thing. That thing starts to luff. That lot of heel to lure. Main way out. That's amazing. God, he's just so fast, dude. Yeah, she's sailing much flatter. So I think the thing we learn is, yeah, see, one of the fastest guys is right there. I think he's just younger. I think he's just a couple years younger than that guy. This is the really fast guy, and again, he's also a lot of lure heel. So unfortunately, that's the opposite of what I was telling him for most conditions. In this stuff, when it gets this hard to sail, I do think that we add lure heel. When it just... Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they did not lose anything. If anything, they're now 5th. Yeah, so they're right about the same. Great job, ladies. You go to that one. You go to that one. Why? Let me try to answer that before I tell you. Why do you go to that one? Because the freaking leader who's won every race went to that one. That's your first clue on what gate you're going to. I think he's doing a good job. Just round outside that guy. Yeah, that's Kingston, man. Ah, good job. Spinnaker down early and just round behind him. That's Kingston. You're in the A fleet, girls. Yeah, Kingston's, I don't know, but I think Kingston gets top 10 this summer in some of these things on the East Coast. I think he was Sabbath National Champion also. He's good. Miners are about to start, and they carry radios, or some of them do. You should carry a radio because these race committees talk. And they just got their... Yeah, see, that's the C flag. Change of course flag. They're trying to find it right now because they are going to need to move the weather mark. So this is the first southwest puff we've had both days. And we're still only at about 200 on the wind. Maybe 195, but that's still 170 has been the 175 has been the average wind direction. Every fin is on port tack coming downwind, so that's an indicator of a right wind shift. We noticed the flags on the race committee swung to the right. The boat still hasn't swung really. Oh boy, USA 84 is. There we go. See how everybody's at the boat end? So they all figured it out. And it looks like all the 420s are drifting though. Missed that start. Yep, you see everybody. Long tack is now starboard, so you see everybody. This was a big gain by 84, and he did not do a good tack. Yeah. And the 420s better be jiving, man. If I see that purple kite way out there on starboard tack, I'm gonna be angry. I think they jive right as we speak. But they might be in the top 4. They still look fit to me. Oh, they went way too far on starboard. And these guys are beam reaching. These leaders coming down to us, they are full beam reaching. Not full beam reaching, but they are beam reaching to the gates. So that was a tactical error by the purple kite. I think you've got to realize that's why we have compasses, right? All of a sudden starboard number is way lifted on starboard close haul. And if you're more than about 10 or 12 degrees lifted upwind on a tack, then you have to get on the opposite tack downwind. So starboard tack lift upwind means go a little ways on starboard and jive on the port right very soon. But I think they did okay out there. Purple kites out there. I think they did okay, but they overstood the gates, that's for sure. These are full beam reach coming in. So when was the indicator of the righty? They should have figured, our team, we should have figured it out up there. That big a righty should have been a much earlier jibe. I still think the purple kite is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th. I think they're still 7th. I don't think they lost anybody. But you can see this is a full beam reach now coming in here. So the wind is at about, I think, 210, 215 on the compass now. And then we got to watch in the last race for there to be more wind on the hard left over. Funnest point of the regatta. So she's on her way to University of Hawaii next year, and he's a junior in high school. Same team's always up near, kind of near the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the purple kite. Great day today. 2 top teners for sure. And I'm not exactly sure what it is. I think yesterday, you know, sometimes things, when you're a new team and a new, you know, you're still in 8th grade, just cutting out of 7th and 8th grade, you're still getting schooled by high schoolers a little. Who can put their finger on it exactly? But the best thing is we started out with rough races, and now we're starting to put together really good races. Wind is now at 225, 50 degrees to the right of what it started out today. Last race. I would have started up the line just because I think I want to go to the right. Vesper and Celeste right in here somewhere. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-ish. Just an incredible day for them. Their best finish yesterday was a 13th, and they haven't been out of the top 10 today at all. Zach and Samantha looking good once the breeze comes on here. They're a good team. It's a really strong, powerful kid. And the 8th and 7th grader there, 2441, still in the top 7 charge. All the leaders are on port tack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for the girls. So maybe a little off the pace. They probably should have pulled the vang hard as soon as they had this much wind. They probably should have put enough vang on to almost have an overbend wrinkle at the bottom of the main. But outstanding day. Hopefully 3 top 10 finishes here. Here's Zach rounding. Last race, so this will probably be the last video. Good day. The girls did get the bang on. Okay, it wasn't too bad a beat. They did lose. They went from about 7th or 8th to 9th or 10th. No problem, but I could tell their bang was on a little, so they actually did what I said. And here we go. Hopefully this is a little more fun of a run. That's why I wanted to video this. Yeah, look at that. They are flying and they are stuck to the water. I'm not sure what's going on here. They just have no speed. These guys are lower and way faster.